Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm Gabby. This is the Ink Bunny, and I have another book done and another review for you. So I just finished One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. This is book 23 of the year, and this is book 2 in the Lady Solvers Readathon. Okay, so I gave this 4 carrots. I really liked it. There were some things that didn't really do it for me, but overall the mystery was pretty decent. It's a continuation of One of Us is Lying. If you guys haven't read that, I have a review on that. I think I did it in December of 2020, so I'll put that link somewhere down below. But it is basically just a continuation of the story. So after the Bayview 4 survive to tell their tale, this follows the younger sister of Bronwyn Maeve, her best friend Knox, a girl named Phoebe, and a boy named Brandon. And there is a new Simon in town. He has this, instead of gossip, it's a game, Truth or Dare. Truth, he's going to tell a truth about you. It's often something you don't want anyone else to know. And then there's Dare, where he asks you to do something outrageous, like going up and kissing a boy, or like doing a backflip off a roof, or something to that effect. Now, they don't seem like serious issues, but the Truth or Dare game gets very deadly very quickly, and once we have a body, we begin to not only delve deeper into our mystery, because originally when it starts, the mystery is just who is this Simon knockoff, who is this Simon wannabe, who is behind the Truth or Dare games, who is unknown. But after we have our first body, the question then becomes how evil is this unknown character? Did he mean for that body to occur? What was he actually up to? Who's going to be next? Will there be more bodies? Things of that nature. I was not ready for any of the twists in this book. I was not ready. I was not ready for a single one of them. So Maeve is in remission. Simon's legacy is still living on in this Truth or Dare game, and it's getting dangerous. We've got bodies popping up, and now they're on a hunt for who did it. And also, it kind of gets to the point to where you're not only concerned about who unknown is, but it begins to almost seem like one of the crew is a suspect, and you kind of fall down this wormhole, and when you get to the end, I promise you will not see it coming. I wasn't ready. There were definitely a few things in it that I wasn't a fan of, and it seemed like in the middle they kind of lost track of the mystery just to give a little bit more development to the characters as far as relationships go and how they're interacting with family members and things of that nature, which was fine, but it is Lady Solvers. I was ready for a full-blown mystery. Let's stay on track. It did seem to lose it a little bit in the middle, but it picked it back up, and that ending, mind-shattering. I was not ready, and I don't think you'll be ready either. So I gave this 4 carrots. I really liked it. It was I think it might have been book 23. It was book 23 of the year and book 2 of the month. And now I am currently working on My Flawless Lie by Yvonne Woon. I'm reading this tandem in physical copy and on my Kindle, and I am currently on page 189, and there's only 337 pages left. So I've got less than 200 and some odd pages left. And it looks like I'm about halfway through the novel, so I'm doing pretty darn good. Monday starts the mini Nancy Drew Readathon. And you'll know this because Monday I'll have an announcement video. But here are a few books that I'll be reading. And I'll be doing this on top of the Lady Solvers Readathon. But it fits because it's Nancy Drew and that's lady-led. But my goal is these. There's one missing. It's in my purse right now because I'm about to start it. But my goal is 5 of these. To at least get through these 5 and see how many more I can get through before her birthday on the 28th. So that's pretty much all I had to catch you guys up on. But yeah, One of Us is next. I liked it. Solid like 4 carats. Pretty good. My Flawless Lie, I am like enthralled. I've been reading it practically nonstop. I went to my cousin's 29th birthday Saturday and I had my Kindle at the bar. Like, I was enthralled. I am so excited to see where this goes. I already have an idea of what's going on and like my theory, but I'm gonna keep it to myself a little bit longer just to see if I'm right. So, as always, I'm Gabs. This is the Ink Bunny, and I'll see you next time. How about? Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm Gabby, this is the Ink Bunny, and today is Monday the 17th. It's like 1 a.m., so technically it's Tuesday the 18th, but I have completed My Flawless Life by Yvonne Woon. I'm giving this 4 carats. I really liked it. It's one of those like character-driven mysteries that I love so much. It basically follows a fixer named Hannah, and she spends her time kind of like fixing situations for the rich students at her school. Like, oh, this kid got in trouble for selling drugs and I'm on the list of his customers. I need you to take me off the list. Stuff like that. And she receives this anonymous text message for a case by a character named 3, and there is some mysterious shit going down with some crew members that she is tasked with completing, with an interesting cast of characters, extremely diverse characters, might I add, which I loved. He's basically just trying to figure out who 3 is, what they're actually after, and trying to keep herself and her secrets out of the way of an intrepid journalist that joins her on her story. Unreliable narrator, super diverse cast, loved the story, even pulled on my heartstrings a little bit, and I definitely highlighted quite a few things in this book, so once I post my review, you'll see it on Goodreads. You can check out my notes. But yeah, this book is super recent. It's this year, and I really liked it. And although my original theory was off, it was only off by a little bit. Almost everything else was spot on. I just, of course, missed like the biggest twist, so it is what it is. But this is the 3rd book down in my Lady Solvers Readathon, and it is the 24th book of the year. And I'm very excited because I can start something new now. And Monday kicked off my Nancy Drew mini readathon. So I'm probably going to read 2 Points to Murder because it's only like 150 something pages. So I'm probably going to read 2 Points to Murder and another Nancy book this week. And then I think I'm either going to start the Ivies or by the time you read this, I'll be gone as the next books on the readathon list. But I'm doing pretty good. We haven't even hit the 20th day of the month yet, and I only have 5 books on the readathon list left, so hopefully I still will wind up succeeding and completing my readathon. I'm so excited. That book was so good. I'm so like, so I literally finished it like 5 minutes ago. So you know when you finish a book and you get that like high? I still have that like high. And I'm obviously lacking on sleep, so completely ignore me. Thanks for listening to me ramble. I'll see you next time. Sleep on. Close up on audio. I'm on chapter 11 now. and I'm going to be starting the Ivies and Close Up, and the Ivies is part of the Lady Solvers Readathon. I'm doing pretty good. I'm about 30% through this, starting this, and the only books that'll be left is See Jane Run, 5 Survive, and by the time you read this, I'll be gone. So I still have about 12, 13, 14, 15, 2-ish weeks left in the month to finish this readathon, so let's see if we can do it. Thanks so much for listening to me ramble. Sleuth on. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Gabby. It's the Ink Bunny, and I have finished yet another book on our TBR list. So I just completed Close Up by Amanda Quick on audio. I absolutely loved it. This is an ode to a modern woman in a time where modern women were frowned upon, and I absolutely adored it. Like, if we took the mystery aspect out of it and just analyzed the female characters in this novel, chef's kiss. Perfection. Like, here's to wild women everywhere, because I fucking loved it. Fucking loved it. So I'm gonna give it 4.5 carats. It was almost there. Almost there. This is as close as we've gotten to a 5-star read this month. I'm really starting to fall in love with Amanda Quick's characters. So every book has a different set of characters, but they all take place in the same like universe, Burning Cove. And I am quickly falling in love with them. Quickly. This is the second book in the series I've read. It's the second book in the series that I own. So I'm gonna have to make sure that I find a way to read the next one very, very soon, because it was almost perfection. Okay, so this follows a photographer who wants to be a art photographer. That's her job. She wants her art to pay the bills. Unfortunately, it hasn't started working yet, and she's trying to figure out a way to make it work. And in the meantime, to pay her bills, she has become a crime scene photographer. So she sleeps with the C-band, like police radio, on at all times. She's trying to get to crime scenes, trying to take a different kind of photo that sells, things of that nature. One of her crime scene photos, the very first one that she takes, or that starts this book off, is the murder of an actress, and she becomes a victim in a series of killings by what is known as the dagger killer. And while that is an interesting like aspect to the mystery, it's not the actual mystery. Like, for an American mystery, this one is very like... Okay, so for like an American author, this was very intricately woven. All times, there appeared to be almost 3 mysteries going on. The dagger killer, another one that comes later that I won't spoil, and also Nick Sundridge, the love interest in this novel. And they're like intricately woven together. They are 3 completely different events that have all taken place at the same time, that are all intricately woven into the storyline, and it's up to you to decide if they are all connected or if they're separate, and if they are connected, how. Mystery was very nice. The romance isn't bad either. Like, I really like how her romance is woven into the novel instead of it being like, I would consider this a mystery with a side of romance, where a lot of romantic suspense is obviously romance with a hint of mystery. I think her interwoven skills, her ability to meld genres, is very, very interesting, and it's something that I look forward to exploring. So I was on Reddit, and I posted my photo of what I was reading, and a Redditor told me that there is a new book in this series coming out, and apparently there are 6 books in the series total. So now, I have to go investigate. I know that this is number 4, and I think I think Tightrope was like 3. The Girl Who Knew Too Much, I think that one's number 1. But I started with Tightrope and I fell in love with that female character. That is really what ultimately propelled me into reading more of the series. So I'm very excited about that. I feel like I've gotten off on a tangent, so let's like bring it back. I'm gonna do 4.5 carats. I can't do 0.5 on Goodreads, so it'll say 4, but 4.5. Really liked it. The mystery was crazy good. There was just something that didn't pull it all together for me. Once we got to the end and our villain gave their soliloquy, I wasn't feeling it. It felt kind of forced for all the nonsense that they had to go through. It wasn't quite 5 carats for me, but it was so close. So close. It was almost there. So I'm excited to read some of her other ones and see if some of those will make the list. But another book down. The only ones that are left is, by the time you read this, I'll Be Gone, See Jane Run, and 5 Survive. Holy shit, there's only... Is that right? That's not right. I missed a book. Ivies. The Ivies. It's in my purse. I was like, hang on. I was so excited for a minute. Okay, so there's 4 books left. 5 Survive. This guy is chonky. I wanted to go ahead and read the next Holly Jackson because I had finished A Good Girl's Guide to Murder last month and I was itching for some more. But this guy is thick and I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I really don't know if I'm gonna make it. But there's only 4 books left on the list. I have already started reading this guy. I'm 10%? Oh my gosh, sorry, it's like midnight. I woke up from a nap after I finished. I fell asleep finishing Close Up, so I just woke up and I was like, I gotta film, I gotta record. So I apologize for looking a mess and being sleepy. I'm 5% through this. It is written very interestingly. Most mysteries start with like an introduction to our character and then our character's friends and then whatever mystery they're into. This one starts off a bit differently. It kind of assumes you have a backstory for the characters, but I'm positive that this is the first book. So maybe it'll be explained as we go through the story. But basically we are following the main character, B, and she is the great grand niece of Jessica Fletcher. And she is also extremely smart. She skipped the 3rd grade, which makes her younger than her high school constituents. And the awkwardness that she is like getting used to and the bullying she receives for being smarter and younger. And it seems like her friend Jackson is in a bit of a bind, either from parental or society expectations. I'm not quite sure, but it seems to be almost abusive. So it says that they're supposed to have like a late night meetup and he fails to show. So I'm wondering if that meetup was like her trying to get him to a better place. I'm not too sure. Like I said, I'm only 5% through, but this is what's going on right now. Also, there is an unsolved murder mystery from Cabot Cove, which seems wild to me because Jessica Fletcher lives there, but whatever. So hopefully that is involved as well, and it's not just a separate section in the true crime column that she writes. I'm still excited to see what happens. I love Murder, She Wrote. I love Jessica Fletcher. And so far, I do like this B character quite a bit. And I like the writing in this. Like, it's very knowledgeable. Like, she's listening to a podcast and it's done in the Rashomon style. And I was like, I don't know what that is. What is that? As a mystery writer, like, I need to know what that is. What is that? So I Googled it. It's a Japanese style murder mystery about a ship, and it's told what like photographers would consider round robin. Like, each character has a section of the mystery, and as they tell it, the story evolves until the story is completed. It's kind of like a radio serial, but better. I don't know, but yeah, that's a vocabulary word I learned today. I didn't know before this. But yeah, it was pretty neat. So mystery genre, which is rare. I'm pretty knowledgeable, so I'm very excited to see how this turns out because what's her name? Kuhn has done her research, so I am very excited to see how this turns out. So I'm currently reading this and the Ivies, and then once I'm done with those, I'm probably going to get to one of these before the end of the week, because tomorrow is Thursday, so I still have 2 days before the weekend, and then I will definitely finish a book on the weekend. But usually I try and, get some reading done during the week while I'm working. So I'm working on this and the Ivies, and then all that's left is See Jane Run and Five Survive. So hopefully I can get to those 2 books this weekend. And then starting next week will be the last 2, or it'll be the last week of the month, and I can get to the last 2 books, and hopefully I will be able to knock it out the park. The 28th is coming quickly. Where did the time go? So far I have only completed 2 points to murder, but I am currently about to start Stay Tuned for Danger, and I actually already started Whitewater Terror, so I just need to figure out where I was in it, and then hopefully I can slide this guy to the finished column. Then there's only 2 books left, so I might actually complete my books. Dude, if I get all of these books done, do you know how many books that is? Like, the Lady Sleuthers Readathon is... Sorry, Lady Solvers Readathon is 8 books. It was 8 books. And then there were 5 books for Nancy Drew. That's 13 books this month. 13 books this month. So that's kind of wild, just considering like what other obligations and wild nonsense has taken up my time this month, because April has been a doozy, okay? So yeah, let's see how far we get. But like I stated, Close Up was the shit. That was probably my favorite book of the month so far. So I'm excited to see what else I can get into before April is over. Thanks so much for listening to me ramble. I'm Gabby. This is Think Money. Sleep on, and I'll see you next time.